Greetings, traveler.
We're gonna be watching a Jeef game, guys. So we immediately see that it's a tier 7. Oh, S tier on Cenarius. Yeah, I love Cenarius with the 10 extra armor. So we see Jeef immediately pointing out that there is Sanders and Zarjira, which are the most volatile minions in a tier 7 lobby. And then he's also talking about Elise, because you really want Elise to generate the 7 drops. Right? It's actually really crazy that they haven't removed Elise yet from this anomaly, because that seems like such an easy fix. It's so crazy how oh, he's mapping out his curve right now. Okay, so he's actually gonna follow a different curve. This is cool. Anyways, I'm still catching up to everything he said, right? And then there was also Groundbreaker on the screen, so he said that in this lobby, probably, again, I haven't seen the game yet, right? But he probably said that with Groundbreaker, you can generate stats. And then because we saw Blade of Ambition, you can use Blade of Ambition and then copy the stats with Zarjira in the shop. It's actually really sick. But this curve is already really cool to see that he's comfortable deviating a little bit. Or this is just like the standard curve now. So this is very cool to see. So now he's gonna level, right? Almost always. Right, so he just doesn't hero power then. Okay, so if you have a really good shop on turn 3, like for instance in this case, Jeef had the minion, the robot, right, the mech, and had a bunch of bananas. So it made a lot of sense to do it. I don't think this is like standard where you have to do this, but it's cool to see that you can do this. I guess we're buying a Rallier here. He's considering Soulwinder to see, then he can roll into Malkazar Percussionist. But I think we just want Tempo, right? Oh wow, he wants a Soulwinder. That's really cool to see. Because I actually like Soulwinder like a fair bit. I thought we couldn't afford it here, tempo-wise. My cat's just like, let me just destroy your chair here. Time to scratchy. Splinter. Yeah, Splinter gives him the opportunity to get a 7-drop, right? If he just times the golds, if he's on tier 6. Okay, he's got the Whimsy. Excuse me, generated the Rallier after all. Oh, we're buying the... Okay. I was gonna say we're buying the Demon. That seems weird here. The reason why the Demon is a little weird is that, yeah, Shadow Dancer is really powerful in general, but it doesn't really matter in a tier 7 lobby, because who cares that you're going to buff a shop a little bit? Even if your shop is like 200 or 300 or even 500, yeah, you get really big, but with Zarjira, Blade of Ambition stuff, you get way bigger anyway. So just taking the stronger unit in the grease spot, or even just the economy and the marquee tickers, seemed a lot better. Okay, and he gets there. Wow, that's so good. So yeah, very healthy Cenarius. Okay, so he's generating his minion now. Wow, okay. Oh, he's gonna... What? Is he gonna level again? Yeah, my man. See, this is the crazy shit you do in this anomaly, bro. Zarjira, yeah. Copy the money. Yeah, I love it, bro. I love it. This is so well done. This is so well done. Yeah, so you can see Splinter being so strong in the tier 7 anomaly, because you have the extra armor, you have the extra leeway, and you really need to get 7 drops early. Oh, Tess is gonna yoink the Zarjira, but whatever. Tess is gonna be pretty low tier. Alright, so he's tripling his turtle for another 7 drop. Varian, yeah. Let's get some tempo from this. Ooh, 2 Inquisitors. Okay. So he doesn't have spell buffs yet. Oh, he found Elise. Yeah, even on tier 6 you buy that. He skips the money. That's interesting. He doesn't want... Like, even the 1 gold invested here is a bit much for him. Which is fair. Does he buy another Elise? Nah, no. We want our 7 drops, right? Ah, this is so well done. Zarjira here. So now he just keeps rolling, because the next monkey will have... he can target that with Zarjira. Yep, yeah, sure, that's a 7 drop. Sanders, Golden Elise. Now he opens this first because it could be Zarjira. And then if it's Zarjira, not only does he like take stuff out of the pool. Oh, he found a shop buff. That's so good. But he really wants to hit the Zarjira here because then he can keep copying the monkey. Ooh, Sanders for money instead of golden, but that's fair. Honestly, that's a good play. It's just Jeef making good plays. Classic Jeef making good plays. All right, so he's gonna use demons to buff initially instead of the groundbreaker plan that he had. Man, again, right? I'm just looking at this, and he made so many decisions so fast, and it's because, yeah, he needs to set up the engine right, which is have the Elise, have the Zarjiras, but he also needs to not die, and that's where that Champion of Sargeras came in. It was a really good pick. Like, it was such a good pick, the Champion of Sargeras, simply because he had no shop buffs. But he had a golden baddie terror guard, and by taking that, he now gained tempo, which means that he could keep his high health, which is going to drastically increase the amount of greed, right, he can do, or I don't even like that word greed, but he just has more time to set up. All right, and he can just golden his Zarjiras now with the Sanders. That's so nice. Just always more Zarjira right now. All right, he's gonna go for the shop buffer here, so he's gonna not triple it again. Well, I mean, he has another one in his hand, but he probably doesn't want to miss that. So he's gaining a little tempo here, and these are the things that I don't do well enough. But the reason why he does that is that he has enough money anyway. It's so easy to run out of time in this anomaly, but you don't really run out of money too fast once you have your Elise. Because if you have Elise, that means you can get Zarjira from the monkey and make more monkeys. You can get King Varian. The Varian then gives you like a Mecha Jiraxes, and now you have more money, right? Or here, just random shit. That's fine. All right. It's also cool to see the balance between how many Zarjiras he's keeping. So it seems like 2 is fine, and he wasn't in a rush to golden the other one. So he is making a big demon to set up for Zarjira Blade of Ambition, I'm guessing. Alright, spreading the stats slightly, that makes sense. He skipped that dragon because it's just too much time. Right? Like, he could have cycled the Whimsy. Alright, now he has golden everything. Alright. Disgusting. Another Zarjira reporting for duty. All right, he has pan pipes. I mean, he doesn't care, right? In a tier 7 lobby, your trinkets are largely trivial. Yeah, we see the card appear on screen, Blade of Ambition. So for anyone who hasn't seen this combo yet, generally speaking, when you have a tier 7 anomaly that has Nagas in it, Zarjira is incredibly powerful. And here's why. You, well, first of all, it's almost unlimited economy, right? When you're really online, you have so much money because you're like, he can copy something 5 times right now with his hand. Pretty silly. And it also copies exactly. Excuse me. So he's thinking about that Traveler, by the way, because if he rolls a Blade of Ambition, it's 2. So I think he's gonna buy that Traveler, and he might even copy this Panda just to fish for more Blade of Ambition. And yeah, again, right, the reason is that you can copy the stats from the blades with the Zarjira. Like, it might still be a little fuzzy, but once you see it, it's just completely bonkers. All right, he taunts his demon, play a little bit around Leroy. Okay, he copies that because he's really just like, okay, just give me a Blade of Ambition, please. Yeah. He's managing his time and his resources so well here. Yeah, buff doesn't matter. Yeah, there's one. Okay. So he really wants to roll one more blade because he has the 2 Travelers in his hand. We see him pass on a lot of Battlecry value because he simply doesn't really need it. The Battlecry value is just so that he doesn't run out of gold. As long as he's not running out of gold, he doesn't need to buy those Battlecry spells. So again, this is something that I can really work on, that, you know, we see Jeef do really well. We saw Sliders do that really well. Yeah, he's gonna just bank more monkeys. That's totally fair. I don't think he even freezes, right? Like, one monkey doesn't really matter. All right, yeah. Now, the downside is that he is very vulnerable to a poison, right? If the opponent does get lucky and finds his Sargeras with a Leroy, it is suddenly a different game. I don't think coin is too good for him, right? Yeah. Sorry, what I mean is, like, he's not too good to buy coin here. Coin is still just, you know, a free buff, and it doesn't take a lot of animation time. Whoa! Okay, we're going in. We're going in. Oh, okay, we're doing magnetic stuff. Okay, Jesus. Okay, so he sells his demon, and here's why, right? He found something in the shop that he wants to copy. Oh my god, okay. So, now that he has this... Oh, he's gonna freeze? Oh, no. He has too much gold, right? Yeah. So, doing it on a magnetic is actually so smart, because what he can do now is he can put all the Lullabots on either a mech of his choice, or he can just put them on each other, and then he has all those stats, and now his next Blade of Ambition is that much better. I found it interesting that he's willing to pull the trigger even if he doesn't have a second Blade of Ambition yet, because this now hinges on him finding the next blade, right? So it is a little scary. He's gonna hold that other Sanders. He's not gonna golden the other Zarjira. That's fair. Bro, that's so many Zarjiras. We also saw him sell a Ravager, and you might say, well, isn't Ravager good to give the stats to? But he needs it in the shop, right? If he doesn't have it in the shop, then he can't copy the stats with Zarjira. Yeah, Zarjira does not copy your board. That'd be completely bonkers. All right, it'll take some money still. So yeah, just this is now the game of please give me a Blade of Ambition, or, you know, a way to generate it. People gamble, dude. People gamble. Just, please, sir, please sell the Moira. Oh, wow, okay, yeah. So we're keeping Moira for a little bit of. Oh yeah. He's lubbing. He's selling the Sanders because he just needs gold. So Lubber makes so much sense here, by the way. And he found it. Okay, it's Jover, chat. It's Jover. Moira out. Oh, that is so interesting. Man, I could never do that. I mean, I could, right? I see Jeef doing it now, but oh my god. Oh, he's gonna roll past it because, yeah, no, not enough time. Okay, we're just building. I respect it. This is so cool, man. All right, and we do not put Boomobile on our Lullabot because that means that Leroy finds it super easily. That is, man, this is so cool. So the reason I really wanted to watch a tier 7 Jeef game is because I know the theory on this, but actually pulling it off is very different, right? I've done this in a previous meta, but it's so easy to die while you're setting this up. So what we saw Jeef do really well was that demon mid game, where he quickly identified, hey, I can use this to not die while I am setting up like the crazy stuff. So now that he has a super sizable Lullabot, I was gonna say, I think he's fine with going for a better target now, but he just wants to keep using it on magnetics. So he's not big enough yet. This is like, Jeef is like, those are rookie numbers, man. You gotta pump those numbers up. So again, I feel a little bit scared that we don't have Blade of Ambition. So I I would be scared here that we just don't have the required... Oh man, he sells that. That's so good. I'd be a little scared here that we don't have the required economy now, and I would want to get something like a Ravager. If Beasts are in, you can do Hydra as well. Pirates are in, Pirate Cleave, right? Pirate Cleave would be a really good target. But the issue is that he doesn't have the Blade of Ambition now. So I'm not saying Jeef is wrong here. I'm just saying what I would have done is, I think with the size on the Lullabot, I would have probably rolled until I found something like the Pirate Cleave, and then I would have put the Blast Blade that we had, I would have put that on the Cleave, and then I would just copied it over and over and over with the Zarjira. But clearly Jeef is not impressed yet. He's like, bro, we'll find another blade. We'll just pump this Lullabot a little bit more. This is not big enough yet. What are we talking about? Oh, did he put the stats on the Boomobile? Is he just spreading it out a bit now? Oh, he's gonna triple the Boomobile. Right. That's fair, that's fair. He has so many triples. That's totally fair. Yeah. That's so smart. Oh, wait, what?
Nope.
Okay, wait, whoa. Okay, I'm not with the program anymore. I thought he spread out the stats to then triple the Boomobile to condense them again for his Blade of Ambition play. But looks like he's just not confident yet to do that. Wants to make sure he gets the other blade first before he makes one big unit. Okay, that's interesting. He said he didn't want to risk it. Yeah, no, I can see it, right? If he had Blade of Ambition in his hand already, he wouldn't have done that. Oh, here he just has that discipline to sell the Zarjira there. Also the discipline to sell the Moira earlier. Super... It's so tough to do that. Yeah, he just sees the game in a different way. Alright, those are rerolls, right? You don't have to buy the spell. So they're technically gold. That's again pretty well spotted. Alright, get some spores to not lose here. Alright, gets a little bit of economy. Oh man, he's squeezing in these rolls at the end, which is still kind of crazy. He's proper large, right? Yeah, our mechs are proper large. He wanted to spread the stats. The boom gives taunts. Yeah, no, so the idea isn't so much like, oh, he wants to spread his stats, right? Like, he's going to have the stats spread with his Zarjira play, but he needs another Blade of Ambition for that. So I think if you could have guaranteed Jeef that he would have rolled a Blade of Ambition right after. Oh, we have Zesty for money here. Okay. He sees it now. That's cool. So if you could have guaranteed Jeef that he would have rolled another Blade of Ambition, I'm sure he would have tripled the boom. Right, needed to emote there. That's that old bug where you need to emote to unstuck yourself. How to get that big? Blade of Ambition and then copy the stats with Zarjira. Yeah, so we pick up the Traveler again. Hopefully we roll another blade. But yeah, this is really tier 7 Naga endgames. It's all about that blade. So we have 2 Zarjiras in our hands, 2 spells to generate a little bit of gold if needed. Yeah, I think that's wise, right? Get one out. Oh, he's gonna use both. Okay. So we're just gonna generate some cash against the ghost. That's fair, I guess. Yeah, again, right, I want to stress just how difficult it is for him to know when he's supposed to sell that Moira, when he's supposed to sell that golden Zarjira, right? When he saw that lubber and he made that golden. These are all very difficult. These are all very difficult decisions to make so fast. Like a golden Moira is just not something you are very used to selling. A golden Moira is almost always staying until like the very, very last fight because it's insane value. But because he had the Zarjiras, he wasn't really running out of gold as much. Now we still see him running out of gold a little bit, but he's on 35 HP, and if he had kept that Moira, that's, you know, less likely to be the case. He's like, do I just take... I mean, we just take Ritual, right? What are we thinking about? Yeah, it's just more money potentially. He's like, Ritual or a coin? Alright. They see us roll in chats. Please, sir, may I have another blade? There's a panda. Might have been worth. Although we don't have the Moira anymore. Yeah, Lubber is a good shout, especially because he has the Tardy Traveler. Zarjira. You can't copy Zarjira, so... Whimsy? Yeah. I think Whimsy for money makes sense. Man, this is such a frustrating experience when it's literally the only thing that matters. Because if he rolls Blade of Ambition... Yeah, buddy! Let's go! Okay. So he's gonna use Zarjira there for money. That makes total sense. Steal the triple. Yep. Whee! And on the Spore, he also has these ending units ready to go. Very well done. Isn't every roll panda value? Because he has the Lubber. Well, you get the spell in your hand as well, though. So you pay 2 gold and you get a spell in your hand. But it's true, it's faster to roll, right? It's faster to roll, and running out of time is a real thing that happens in tier 7 lobbies. Okay, so now I don't think he's going to try to build larger, right? I think now that he wants a unit in the shop that is worthy of these stats. So in a tier 7 lobby with dragons, the premium target is Ravager. But at this point, I'm sure he's going to settle for a Pirate Cleave if he rolls that. Well, I guess I'm not sure, but I would definitely settle for a Pirate Cleave. We just need something that can receive these stats. Because we have the we have 4 Zarjira spells, which means we can copy it 4 times. Well, we have 2 golden ones, right? So we can copy it 4 times over. Assuming that he buys the big minion from the shop, that means he has 5 copies, so a golden and 2 normal. Oh, we're still building. I mean, he's running out of time. He's running out of gold. I can see it. I can see it. He's like, bro, I'm running out. Yeah, I would have really loved to see that humongous cleave. But he's running out of... Okay, so we are making that guy. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. That's fair. So he didn't quite get the absolute giganuts, but because he had a Ravager in his hand, and he has 2 Blade of Ambitions due to the Traveler, he can just make a humongous mech again, and then put the stats on the Ravager. Man, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, dude, that is so well done again. This was so clean. Like, just you can see that it's clean because look at his health total. He's a Cenarius that finished the game on 35 health. Now, you know, he has 10 extra armor, so if you normalize it, right, he has 25 health. But still, finishing a game as Cenarius on 25 is bonkers.